Alrighty. Checklist is done. Run up is complete. Got a full tank of gas. Pattern is clear. And it looks like our oil temp is up to where it needs to be. So we'll do our final check and then we'll go. Alright, checklist complete. One last look. We got calm wind, so they're using both runways today. So the far end looks good, the runway is clear. This side in approach end is good. We're ready to go. Raymond traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, departing 30, left close traffic, Raymond. Alright, so we're not going to raise the tail on this takeoff, we're just going to hold it neutral and let it fly off. We'll start off with stick back, and then we'll neutralize rather than raise. Alright, stick back, mixture rich, throttle coming up.
Caution.
Airspeed's alive, neutral stick. Well, it was a little bit too neutral, so just kind of wanted to fly down the runway. So I needed a little bit of rotation. Also, when the tail came up, I started to kind of wander off to the left a little. So I didn't quite have enough right rudder in early enough, so I had to correct that. Oh man, we got a ton of birds off the approach end. Gonna make life interesting. Alright, temps and pressures look good. We're at pattern altitude. Bring the power back. I'm at 2450 right now. Just sort of loafing along on the pattern. Raymond traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike. Downwind 30, touch and go, Raymond. See a couple of birds on the approach end over here too. I'll have to watch for them. Alright, we're beaming the numbers. Throttle comes back about 1500. Starts slowing down below 100.
TDO traffic citation 0 Juliet Mike, stop 15 south west. 4,700 descending. We're going to be a straight in 36. Thank you. It's a little bit straight.
Okay, I got my flaps in. I'm at my 45 degree point. Still at 1500 RPM. I'm showing about 85. I really want to be about 80, somewhere in the 80s on base. And then I'll slow to 75 coming down final, slow into 70, and I really want to cross the numbers at 65. And man, there are a lot of birds out here. Get a little more trim in. Alright, still showing 82. Raymond traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, base to final 30, touch and go, Raymond. Alright, we'll get the rest of the flaps in. I'm showing 80. Rest of the trim in. 75. Holy moly. Flying through a swarm of buzzards here. Still just a hair fast. So we'll just kind of hold it. Alright, mixture rich, flaps takeoff, throttle coming up. Reset our trim.
CBS traffic citation 00 Mike, 4 miles to the southwest. 1,600 setting out on the left base for 36. Little bit, sir.
Alright, flaps up. Okay, we're watching for birds. Alright, I got a couple in sight. Hanging out at 1,000 feet.
2 mile final 36 TBR.
Raymond traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, downwind 30, touch and go, Raymond. Alright, back to 2,500 RPM. Just loafing along through the pattern.
TVR citation 00 Mike, short final 36 to Little Big Sur.
The thermals are just starting, so the birds are still down low. Alright, I beam the numbers. Throttle comes back. I'm looking for 1,600. There's 1,500. Put in a little bit of trim. Low and below 100. First notch of flaps. Put a little more trim in. Okay, there's 83. That's looking good. 45-degree point. Start my base turn. Going to be slowing to around 75 to 80 on base. And where'd all the birds go? There they are. At 960 feet. Flying a little wider pattern this time to stay away from them. So I'm going to have to keep just a touch of power on. I'll delay putting on my flaps. Alright, looks like I'm clear of most of the birds. Okay, turn and final. Power comes back. Rest of my flaps, rest of my trim. I'm showing a little over 80. We'll just pitch that nose up and slow it down. There's 70, 72. We'll just hold it right there. And there's the second cluster of birds at about 700 feet. All right, holding 68, 69 coming down. Glide path looking good. Speed's good. I want to slow to 65 over the numbers. A little flat, and was rewarded with a slight little bounce. Okay, mixture rich, flaps take off, throttle coming up. Reset my trim. Flaps up. So I usually wait until I'm established on downwind to make my first reduction of throttle and then lean it out. Above 2700 feet, or 2700 RPM, you can leave the mixture forward edge and it runs pretty decent. You get down around 2500, it starts to run a bit rich. Really benefits from a little bit of leaning, so I pull it out about an inch or so. Alright, there's a beam, the numbers. I'm going to fly a little bit extended pattern again until I have those birds in sight. I'm going to keep the flaps up. Raymond, traffic, Sonic 604, Charlie Mike, turning base 30, full stop, Raymond. Alright, I have no birds in sight. That's a little worrying. Where'd they go? Alright, well, the rest of the final looks clear. I'm in pretty good shape. I'm got my flaps up. I'm a little bit faster. I'm about 85 coming down. Put in the rest of my trim. Slow it down. Oh, there they are. $75 over the trees. 70. And we'll just hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. Ooh, a little bit of a balloon. Ooh. A nasty tail hooker. Oh well. They can't all be perfect, right? I caught that little balloon, ironically enough, over the white stripe. So maybe it just broke off and drifted. But anyway, it raised me up about 5 feet. So I held it, and when I started to come back down through it, I had a little bit of energy left. And Sonics is clear of the active. Had a little bit of energy left, so I had a little bit to pitch the nose up and break the descent without having to add any power, which worked fine, except it got me into a fairly nose-high situation. And so I was probably, when the tail wheel touched, I was probably still a good 4 inches off the mains. So that kind of plopped me down. I liken it to a tail hook grabbing an arresting wire. So, that's the tail hooker.
Take Cessna 1942 Foxtrot, look for radio check.
This is Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, I read you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good flight.
Thank you very much. Beautiful day.
Just keep in mind there's a bunch of birds on the 30 approach end over in the base corner. Probably about 30 birds, so watch for those if you're making pattern work.
Copy. Thank you, sir.
All right, well, that was a pretty good flight. The plane's flying good. Checked the engine out on my trip back from Reclaw. I put a little bit of oil in, and actually put a little too much oil in, so starting to get a little surging. So I drained a little of that oil off, and that's right where it needs to be. Pressure's good, temp's good, so no issues. So that'll take me till the next oil change. And then the annual coming up later this fall, where it'll be time to check the ignition components and work on the flywheel screws. Not looking forward to that. Lead the brakes. That's about it. Everything else is going pretty good. All right, well, hope the flying weather's good on your end. I'll be back out here again, do it all over.